Hey guys, Metro Taco Gamer here, and I have to admit something to you guys here in this video, and that is there's a game that I've been playing, and you can see some gameplay behind me going off right now that I have gotten quite addicted to, and that is Mosnter Hunter World Iceborne. This is the Master Edition, and I'm just playing through the base game of Mosnter Hunter World. Right now, I am almost to the end of the main story, and then I will be climbing up my way through all the hunter ranks, and then get to the Iceborne content, and I have just become an absolute beast with this game. I am absolutely loving it. I've had some troubles with some hunts that I will be talking about in this video, and I just want to share with you guys my experience with Mosnter Hunter World as I am preparing myself to eventually get to Mosnter Hunter Wilds, which I know is just all the craze. It's a huge Game of the Year contender, and I can't wait to dive into Wilds. So let's get on with me talking about how addicted I've become to Mosnter Hunter World and how I'm just absolutely enjoying it. And gotta do that YouTuber thing and just say, if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button. It will definitely help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And you can leave a comment below if you guys want to talk about Mosnter Hunter. I will gladly respond to all the comments that I can. And subscribe and ring that notification bell if you're new to my channel. And if you like JRPGs and retro and modern games, then this is a channel for you, because I love JRPGs and collecting modern and retro games, going out game hunting, talking about my favorite games, and just reliving nostalgia. So, let's get on with Mosnter Hunter World Iceborne. Okay, before I go on and gush about how I'm just absolutely loving my time with Mosnter Hunter World, I just want to say this. I am relatively I relatively consider myself a noob in the series. I've only played a little bit of World prior, before I started my new build where I am a great sword user, and I'll flash my current character build right there on the screen so you guys can see what armor and weapons I'm rocking. I'm really loving the look of my character right now. Looks way different from the gameplay that you're seeing. I just have a compilation of my own gameplay from when I was playing Mosnter Hunter World over the last couple days. So I started off with Mosnter Hunter World, and I wanted to be a bowgun user. I think I started playing it like 5 years ago, like around 2020, and I was trying to be a bowgun user and trying out some other different weapons like the switch axe and the dual blades, and just really wasn't working for me. And then Mosnter Hunter Rise came out on Nintendo Switch, and I really got into that. I played through the entire main story quest, fought Mad Damalo, which was like the final boss for like the village quest, and then you had like the guild stuff that continued on with the rest of the story. I played that. I think I got like 40-50 hours into Rise. I tried playing a little bit of the OG Mosnter Hunter on the PlayStation 2, and even Mosnter Hunter Generations Ultimate, and a little bit of Mosnter Hunter Tri. And those older games, I really do want to try and go back and play the older games. I know they're a hell of a lot different from the newer Mosnter Hunter games. I got Mosnter Hunter Freedom 2 on my PSP that I could check out, and I want to get some of the other Mosnter Hunter games on PSP. Maybe even try out some of the ones on the 3DS. But ever since I got Mosnter Hunter World Iceborne, thankfully, a good friend of mine was able to get me a copy of the Master Edition on PS4, which is what I have been playing. I started completely from scratch with a whole new build, using the greatsword, and I am just absolutely loving the greatsword. This thing hits so damn hard, and well, I know the damage output that I'm putting out right now might not be a huge amount. I'm still working my way into being a greatsword master, but I'm definitely far from being a noob with the greatsword now. I've hunted so many monsters and have worked my way up and improved my skill a lot. I'm absolutely just loving that. Haven't really used any of the other weapons available, like the longsword. I really like using the longsword and the dual blades in Monster Hunter Rise, but in Monster Hunter World, I am just falling in love with the greatsword. I'm loving all the different armor sets that I've been working with so far. Right now, I'm currently using some armor from and I'm gonna butcher the name, the Titsy Zitsi Yaku. It's the one that will flash you, and then I have like a Lediana helm and some Rathalos coil, and it just looks absolutely awesome. And my Palico is rocking some Lediana armor and some Rathalos weapons as well. I'm just it is so satisfying hunting these giant monsters and taking them down and building new weapons and armor and just improving my skills. I don't really know what else I could really say about Monster Hunter World other than it's just so satisfying. From starting off where you're just hunting some small Jadris monsters in the ancient forest and then hunting the giant great Jadris to taking down an Anjanav, which at first really gave me some trouble when I first started playing Monster Hunter World. And then you're repelling Zora Madros, the giant volcanic elder dragon that plays a huge role in the main story of this game, to taking down flagship monsters like the Rathalos and the Diablos. And those were just really satisfying. And it's also really cool when you're just like charging up for an attack and you just lop their tails off and they go flying. That was just absolutely amazing. And some of my favorite monsters so far to hunt in this game is the Tobi Kadachi, the Rathalos, the Rathian. I've also fought a Rathian a couple times. I love the Kulu Yaku, which I nicknamed the KFC because it looks like a big giant chicken. The Lediana, as annoying as its scream is and its ice attacks, was really satisfying to beat. The Oda Garon, which is this giant red predator monster found in the Rotten Vale. I was absolutely dreading that fight, but when I got to it, it was actually a lot easier than expected. I've also can easily take down the raptor-like monsters like the Tulu Yaku and the Flash Raptor, as I'm calling it, and as well as the Pute, which is pretty easy to take down. Great Jadris, I did take that guy down in like 2 to 3 minutes. I've gotten pretty great at effectively taking out the monsters. Now, the Diablos fight was probably by far one of the most hardest ones because I failed that quest like 3 times. I don't know why. I fought a Diablos on an expedition and it wasn't that hard. Now, I didn't actually slay it. I damaged it pretty great. I got it into kind of a near-death state where it was almost about ready to be taken down, and it didn't really work out that way for me. It ended up leaving the locale. Same with the Rathalos. Like, I fought a Rathalos multiple times on an expedition and wasn't able to successfully hunt it, and gain materials for it, for new armor and weapons. I mean, I did gain a little bit of materials for my Palico to have a Rathalos sword. And I've also fought the Great Gyros. I've fought a Rataban, which was a monster that I wasn't really too fond of until I fought it in a few times, and I'm really loving the design of that monster now. Like, some of the monster designs in this game, at first, I just wasn't really too big of fans of, and now I'm, like, coming around to them and starting to like them more. And, like, the Anjanath was one of my least favorite monsters in the entire series, and now it's at least gotten its way out of my top 5 least favorite, and it's now at least in my top 20 favorite monsters in the entire franchise. So it's definitely worked its way up. Fighting that thing is pretty epic. I love turning these monsters into into giant punching bags, to put it lightly. I mean, I could say much worse, but I'm not going to. Overall, I am just loving Monster Hunter World. I've been playing this instead of Wilds, even though Wilds just came out. And the main reason I'm playing this is because I haven't played a Monster Hunter game in for so long, and Monster Hunter World is definitely a great game for newcomers to the series. It introduces a lot of the core mechanics early on in the game. It gets you used to all the different mechanics of these Monster Hunter games, and the different biomes and / regions in this game are absolutely huge, and you can go from area to area without any loading screens, fighting off the smaller monsters, gathering up materials to make potions and herbs and other medicines and items for your slingshot thing that you have, the slinger, as it's called. And then you have like this claw that you can latch on to the monsters and ride them and stab them with a hunting knife, and then pull out your main weapon to do some big damage to them. It's a really easy game to get into, and I'm playing through World to get myself hyped up for Monster Hunter Wilds, because I know that game is going to be one of my biggest games of the year when I finally pick that up and start playing it. I have some friends that I really want to go out hunting with in that game, and I will be picking it up for PlayStation 5. I'm hoping to find the Steelbook version. I'm also looking for the Steelbook for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I also really cannot wait to get to the Iceborne content, because it adds in the Zenogre and some other monsters that I really want to fight and check out their armor and weapons. And it's just all about the hunt. It's why I'm like so addicted to this game. Hunting these monsters just feels so satisfying, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I got a bit of that high when I was playing Monster Hunter Rise, but Monster Hunter World is on a whole nother level. Also, this game looks absolutely amazing playing it on the PS5, and it is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and it's that good. I've been playing it for well over 30 hours now, and I should probably have somewhere close to 100 by the end of the month, or by the time I pick up Wilds, because I definitely want to reach the highest rank that I can before I jump into Wilds and just become a true master at Monster Hunter World. I'm so glad that I got into this game. It is so amazing, and I want to thank Capcom for the Monster Hunter series. It's one of the greatest series that they have put out over the years. I'm glad it's one of their mainstays. I'm so glad people caught on to the games and really enjoyed them, put hundreds of thousands of hours to them, just convincing Capcom to keep creating Monster Hunter games. And the new monsters that they come up with every single game just look absolutely breathtaking in how huge and sometimes creepy looking. Like, there's some monsters in Wilds that looks pretty dang creepy. One of them is, I think it's called the Rompopolo. I'll put up an image of that monster for you guys to see. It's really creepy. I'm also really liking the design of the Arkveld, which is the flagship monster for Mosnter Hunter Wilds, and I also really like the design of the Nergigante, which is the flagship for Mosnter Hunter World. I believe that is considered the flagship monster. I could be wrong. But yeah, so I am addicted to Mosnter Hunter, Mosnter Hunter World Iceborne, and I really can't wait to play Mosnter Hunter Wilds. And I would like to talk more about Mosnter Hunter on my channel in the future. I am planning on doing a follow-up to my top 10 monsters where I cover my top 10 favorite Elder Dragons. And that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am Mecha Otaku Gamer. I am signing out. See you guys in the next one. Peace.